All right, Lorie, let's see what you got going on here with your Boudoir Facebook ads. And from other ads I've looked at, from other Boudoir Facebook ads I've looked at and fixed, kind of average, 2 to 4x the increase in number of women that consume the ad copy and get exposed to our offer, which should always be in the ad copy, for the same ad spend. I kind of see this unique CTRL, that's the key metric of how many women are consuming the ad copy. Anything below 6, ad's going to trend towards burning out. Same ad spend, worse results over time. Anything above 6, higher probability the ad sustains and scales, so same ad spend, higher results over time. No, don't need to refresh creative as much. Kind of those 10 mistakes there. I'm going to look at your ad here. And so Boudoir photographers have been running ads a long time. Some of the one of the things they've dealt with is ads that perform worse and worse over time, and then they got to refresh their creative. Basically, like same ad spend, worse results over time. Okay, just refresh the creative, and kind of same thing over and over again. Now, this is actually, if this is happening, this is a symptom of a deeper root cause problem that needs to be solved, because it's not normal to keep needing to refresh creatives all the time. What's causing it is kind of these 10 mistakes I'm going to talk about today result in basically like low initial metrics and results for the ad with the first tranche of people it sends it to. And then that data gets fed back into the meta ad algorithm, and Meta says, okay, bad user experience, bad ad. So the next tranche of people we're going to send it to is actually going to have just a general lower conversion rate. So what happens when our ads go to the second tranche? We get even lower kind of results than the first tranche, which feeds into the meta ad algorithm again. This is the downward spiral of despair for Boudoir Facebook ads. And when it starts out bad, it just keeps going bad fast. And instead, we want to fix these mistakes, these 10 mistakes I'm going to talk about today, and which I've already shown have improved metrics in other ads, and get our ads instead to sustain and scale and go to the better quality prospects over time, which means same ad spend, more results, more sales over time. So the 10 mistakes, the first one to look at is, does it look like an ad? And for that, I look at basically, is there any text offer on the image, on the creative? Yes. So you are making this mistake. This is a mistake because people are kind of, they're ad blind or banner blindness, or people don't want to be sold to, so they're just going to be scrolling by fast, even if what we've got is perfect for them. So less consumption, less women clicking see more up here in the top right, 2 3/4 lines on mobile. So we're just missing a ton of people off rip. We're just, fewer clicks, fewer conversions, fewer quality leads, fewer quality calls. And then, our ad starts out really bad, and then it starts going to the worst people. And again, that's the downward spiral of despair for Boudoir Facebook ads. All right, so that's mistake 1. Mistake 2 can happen up here in the See More headline. This is the first 2 3/4 lines on mobile. Now you're going to be cut off here. First 2 3/4 lines on mobile before it goes ... see more, where they got to click to read the rest of the ad copy. And we need to have 4 specific attributes here. So we're going to see how many out of the 4 you have. First one is we want a who. Who are we speaking to? What is a self-label they would label themselves? So if they're scrolling, they would see it and it stops them. Be like, oh, they're speaking about me. So Houston ladies over 50. Awesome. There's a better way to write it, but okay. The one I just did, a review I just did previously was Las Vegas women, or Vegas women. So this one is Houston ladies over 50, even more specific. Okay. Nice. We do want to be more specific. That helps our ad sustain and scale longer. So good. So some women scrolling by, like, hey, I'm a Houston lady over 50. Scroll back up. Let's see what they're talking about. Our gift to you. Okay, so we get more people to click the ... see more. Getting pre-qualified, getting better quality leads, better quality calls, better quality conversions, feeds back into the meta ad algorithm. Our ads go to higher quality prospects off rip for tranche 2. Better results over time. Ad sustains and scales. Same ad spend. Better results. Scale the business. All right, so that's good. The second thing we want to have in the See More headline is a negative. What negative experience are the Houston ladies over 50 going through that they're saying to themselves they want to move away from? What is that negative experience? Well, I haven't even checked it if you have one here, but there's a reason why we always lead with the negative experience. It's because humans take action to move from a negative experience, or aka pain, to back to neutral or back to normal at literally like 100x the rate. Then humans will take 100x the probability that a human will take an action to go from normal / neutral to some positive or gain. It's just way harder for humans to justify that, but it's way easier for them to justify the problem, moving away from the problem or pain, for them to take an action. And it's just, they don't even think about it. It's just instinctual. Humans would rather be in normal than in pain, and honestly in normal than move into some positive most of the time. And the reason this occurs, I mean, here's an example. Think of us going to the dentist. We just did our 6-month checkup, 6-month teeth cleaning, and we're at the front desk, we're paying. Secretary lady's like, hey, are you free like 173 days from now at 8:45 a.m.? And I'm like, dude, I ain't got no clue. So send me a message later when we're closer to there, and we will, and then I'll see what my schedule is. So they put us, on the auto texter. Month 3, they auto text us. We do nothing. We ignore it. Month 4, they text us. We ignore it. Month 5, they text us. We ignore it. And month 6 comes by. We do not do our 6-month checkup. We don't go in. We don't set the appointment. And why is that? Well, we're busy. We're running our business. Our schedule's full. We know our concrete schedule. We like our schedule. We like being in the flow of things, the momentum. We don't want to break it. Or said better, the potential positive gain, getting teeth slightly cleaner and, peace of mind knowing there are no cavities, just that potential gain, that potential positive, is not large enough or not meaningful enough for us to break our routine and pencil the dentist in. So then month 8 rolls around, text us again, we ignore them. Month 10, text us again, we ignore them. Month 12, text us again, we ignore them. So now we've missed 2 6-month checkups and appointments. And for the same reason, just that potential gain, that positive gain, slightly cleaner teeth, peace of mind knowing we have no cavities. It's just not enough to break us out of our routine, schedule, habit. It's just not. But then month 13 rolls around. And one day we wake up, we're eating breakfast, pain with every bite, pain with every meal, pain with every bite in this case. And the pain with every bite, it's almost like we can't even finish our breakfast. And it's on the right side of our mouth, in the back, kind of those molars, whatever, on the bottom. Just for some reason, pain in there. So we finish our food the rest of the morning. Dude, our tooth in our jaw is still throbbing, even though we're not chewing anything. And we get to lunch. We have our lunch reading actually on the left side of our mouth, but sometimes food goes over the right side. But still, same pain, still pain whenever we chew, still pain after lunch, even when we're doing nothing. So we're like, all right, got to solve this. I probably won't even be able to eat dinner tonight. Probably won't be able to sleep. So we call up our dentist. And we're like, what? What do you mean you can't come in at 7 a.m. tomorrow? Dude, my tooth is killing me. This thing's killing me. I got to get in. I got to get this fixed. You're like, hey man, you know, we are, we're booked next 2.5 weeks full. We can put you on the cancellation list. So if people cancel, then we can slot you in. And we're like, no, dude, I literally have to get this solved tomorrow. So what we do after that is we literally call every other dentist in the city, and we call them and say, can you get me in at 7 a.m.? Can you get me in at 7 a.m.? Can you get me in at 7 a.m.? And we finally find someone that gets us in. So we go in the next morning at 7 a.m. Couldn't even sleep last night because our jaw was in, our jaw was in so much pain. Finally, we had a really deep cavity. They had to clean it out. They sealed it. They put the little UV pen on it, sealed it up, hardened it. Back to back to eating breakfast, no pain. Life is back to normal. And we're like, yes, thank God, back to normal. Now, what's the difference between those two scenarios? Scenario one is like 13 months, whatever that is, 400 days. The potential positive never got us to take action. But literally one day of pain, of tooth pain, dude, we're taking super action, solve this, get rid of this, move away from this pain, get back to normal. It's literally one day with pain, we're taking massive action, 400 days, no pain, but with some potential positive upside, we took no action. So in that case, it's literally like humans took action at 400x the rate to go from negative back to normal as compared to normal improving to something positive. So this is why we always put the negative first. It is evolutionarily is the most attention grabbing. So now we're going to look at yours. Do you have a negative? Do you have a negative experience that Houston ladies over 50 are saying to themselves they want to take it away from? Let's see. No. All right, so we're missing negative. So we're missing that super attention capture to get women in, click and see more. So less women clicking, less women becoming qualified, less women reading our ad copy, less bookings, less sales, less revenue. Feeds into the meta ad algorithm. Our ads go to worse and worse people over time. This is the ad burnout. Same ad spend, lower results, and crash and burn ad, refresh creative. Now, the third thing we want to have in the see more headline is a positive. What is something positive that Houston ladies over 50 are saying they want, but they have not, that they're saying they want in their brain. So do we have any of that here? Let's see. A positive. 499 session fee waived. Well, a positive is something women get from using our solution. Something they feel after using our solution. From using our solution. 409 is, nah, I ain't giving that to you. 499 session fee waived. Now that is solution. That's a specific attribute of solution, so I'm not counting that. Bombshell maker and makeover imposing. Yeah, I'll give you that. Could women be saying, I want a bombshell makeover? Yeah, I could definitely see it. And then they get a bombshell makeover using our solution. Yeah, okay, I'll give you the positive on this one. This is good. The only thing that stinks though is since we don't have the negative, we don't have the negative positive tension. Getting more specific with two specific attributes where people can read and be like, oh, that's right, I do not want that. And oh, that's right, I also do want this other thing. Wow, and they're giving me both. They're offering me both. So, all right, but we do have the positive here. So, gonna have more specific women clicking through, which are gonna be more qualified, and more qualified women higher converting, more sales. This data goes back into the meta ad algorithm. Our ads go to higher quality prospects over time, which means same ad spend, more revenue over time, higher ROAS, scale the business. So that's good. We want this positive. Third and final thing, what is a hesitation / roadblock that women are saying in their brains that they do not want to do, or what's hindering them from moving forward, from using some solution to get away from the negative and acquire the positive? What is the hesitation / roadblock? And let's see. Opposing direction could be, opposing direction could be, it's got to be, but it's cut off and it's got to be written the correct way. So no, I'm not going to give you this. Well, no, I'm not going to give you this one. Nah, dude, because it's cut off. Opposing direction from all mine times. Nah, you missed it. You missed on this one. So we're missing the hesitation / roadblock. So we're missing that fourth specific attribute, which kind of makes us be like the most specific ad for them that they've ever seen in their life, which super captures their attention. And because of that, you know, we're also missing the mental triangle of tension. And because we're missing that, people are not seeing the negative, the positive, and the hesitations / roadblock that are all relevant to them, which means we're getting less specific prospects, lower quality leads, more tire kickers, more price hunters, less conversion, same ad spend, feeding that data back into the meta ad algorithm. So our ads go to worse prospects over time, and you know, ads slowly decay, or ads decay over time, same ad spend, worse results, all because of this. All right, those are the first 5 mistakes that can happen. Now the next 5 mistakes, the next 3 can happen in the body copy. So that is, they click see more, they're going here. And the way we think of this is, think of the see more headline as like hook 1. So hook 1, we got them to click. They click see more, but they're like, oh my God, a whole bunch of text more to read. So we gotta give them a reason to read a hook 2, and we always use an authority hook here. An authority, displaying our authority, aka why should they listen to us? And keep reading. Now I did this at the beginning, showing, you know, my 2 to 4x increase in ad consumption per 100 women for the same ad spend. You know, 2 to 4x increase on average. Give you a reason to keep listening, keep watching. So, do we have an authority here? No, we're missing authority. So, less reason for women to keep reading. So they clicked see more, but they didn't finish our ad copy. So they're either clicking through not pre-qualified, or they're scrolling by when they could have been pre-qualified if, you know, we just gotten them to read the rest of it. So yeah, worse metrics, lower conversion rate, lower click to conversion rate, worse meta ad scores on the back end once that data is kind of repumped in. And again, cause our ad to go to worse and worse quality prospects over time, which means same ad spend, lower results over time. Ad burns out. Okay, the second part we want to have in our body copy is a story / narrative. This is actually our punch 2. So our punch 1 is our see more headline up here. This is the meeting, this is the conversation our women are having in their brain. And when we get this right, they're like, oh my God, they're saying everything I'm thinking. And then the story / narrative down here, punch 2, what we need is, it needs to be basically like we're illustrating the movie scene of their life. We're writing out what's going on in their life right at that exact moment, and what they're dealing with, what they're thinking, what they're feeling. And because of that, if we have both, that's the 1-2 punch. And then that means we're super specific to the exact person we're speaking to, more specific than anyone else has ever been before. And so they see us as a market of one, literally like the only option for them, even if there's a bunch of other boudoir photographers in the area, because no one's spoken to them as specifically as us. So let's see, do we have a story/narrative here? I don't know. Oh, no, not really. So we're missing a story/narrative, so we're getting less qualified leads coming in, less people that feel our solution is specifically for them. And because of that, we are missing leads, running out of, kind of our ads are going to worse and worse prospects over time because we're having less qualified peeps come in, lower conversion rates, lower call bookings, lower sales, all that stuff. And the third and final thing we want to have in our body copy is we want to have our full offer here. So you got some of it here. Boom. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you the full offer here. You kind of talk about most of it here. Kind of missing stuff like how long's a session? Do they get photos with it? Do they not? Outfits, yes, no. How many? Do they gotta bring their own? So yeah, I'll give you this here. I'll give you the full offer because it looks like most of your ad copy is just your full offer. So I'll give you this so people are coming in more pre-qualified that know what we're selling. People that it's not for, they scroll on by. Perfect. And you'll learn why in a little bit. Perfect. They click and come over. They're more pre-qualified. They know what we got. Also perfect. So, more qualified clicks, more qualified leads, more qualified calls, more sales, more revenue. Feeds back into the meta ad algorithm. Ad goes to higher quality prospects over time, which means better conversions over time as well. Same ad spend, more results. All right, the next final two mistakes can happen here below the creative. We got the below creative headline, description. You got some link there. Well, link's always there. Then learn more button. So mistake 9 is having anything below the creative. There's 3 reasons why this is a mistake. So it's, any extra words, any buttons, always a mistake below the creative. And here's why. Reason number 1, 5% of the reason makes it look more like an ad, feeding into mistake number 1. Less people consume the ad, just churn in ad spend, total waste. Reason number 2 for mistake number 9 is once the women have read this or see more headline about there, they're scrolling fast, they get here. Once they get here and they're looking here at the text in the bottom left, their subconscious has finally processed about quarter to a third of the words from up here. But now if those exact specific words are not here, it's going to trigger the error detection network in their brain. Error, incongruent, confusion, keep scrolling. And this all happens automatically. So let's see, you got ladies over 50, you got some 50 here, Boudoir by Lorie, you got Houston. So yeah, you got like half the words matching, but that's still not enough. Makes it look more like an ad. Incongruent. And again, yeah, even if we had the words perfect, it'd still make it look like an ad because there's no organic posts that have any words below them. So it's always, always, always a mistake to have any words here in the bottom left, any extra words, and then the button as well. Now, reason number 3 for mistake number 9, reason number 3 is that it's 80% of the reason of mistake number 9 is having stuff below the ad enables women scrolling to come click anywhere down here, any of these 2 options, go to our next page before they click see more and become pre-qualified. Here's why this is a massive issue and really, really causes the symptoms I've been talking about. Same ad spend, worse results over time, Got to refresh creative, aka ads burning out. Got to refresh creative. The pools that the meta ad algorithm pulls from, so the pools of people that it pulls from to decide who to show our ads to next, is based on pool one is who's converted, which is a small pool. So then the meta sees the data points on those meta profiles to see who has, see which profiles also in the same city have similar or some of those data points that were on the converting profiles. Okay, that makes sense. That's pool one. Pool two, though, the much bigger pool, is the data points from the profiles that just clicked over. And there could be like 50x, 50 times. This pool could be 50 times larger. So the problem is if people are clicking this stuff on the bottom before they click over, then guess what? We're filling our pool two with unqualified people. And then that auto feeds into the meta ad algorithm to say, hey, meta, go find more people with these data points from these unqualified profiles that clicked but didn't convert. So that's one of the biggest things. It's just that massive pool two that that gets people to click in, but they didn't convert, but their data points on the profile is still weighting the meta ad algorithm. So that's mistake 9. Mistake 10, final one, is the objective. So let's see where your button's going. Okay, so it's going to your website. So I do not know what objective you're using, but leads is always a mistake. And it's the biggest objective I see most boudoir advertisers use. Here's why leads objective is a mistake. Leads objective is a mistake because when we choose leads, or choose any objective actually, Meta slices our audience into like a 6% slice and finds like, the people like 90 percentile plus or 95 percentile plus probability of doing our action, filling out a lead form. The problem with this is, so we're optimizing for lead form fillouts. The problem is we're not optimizing for lead form fillouts and then they answer and respond to our text calls or emails. And we're not optimizing for lead form fillouts and they also book a call, show up to a call. And we're also not optimizing for lead form fillouts and then they buy. So we're not optimizing for buyers, which is what we want. We're optimizing for something else. Now, yes, there's going to be small percentage of those that fill out the lead forms, tiny percentage that will, they will answer the phones, texts, and emails. They'll answer, they'll book a call, show up for a call, and there'll also be a small percentage that buys. But if we want buyers, why not simply target buyers, the 6% slice that are buyers, off rip, instead of the, what's it going to be, 1% of the 6% slice, 2% of the 6% slice of the form filler outers that will be buyers, or 5%, who knows? Probably less, probably 1 to 2% or less. So we decide to target buyers off rip. So those are 10 mistakes. Let's score you now and compare you to the other boudoir photographers in the industry. So let's see. All right, looks like an idea. Mistake 1. See more headline. Got a who. Missing negative. Oh, we got positive. Missing the hesitation / roadblock. That's 3 mistakes. Then we move on to the ad copy. Authority, no. Story / narrative, no. Offer, yeah, I gave you the offer. So, okay, that's good. So that's 5 mistakes. Below creative headline and button, 6 mistake. And objective, half mistake, so 6.5 mistakes out of 10. And the average for all the boudoir photographers I have reviewed is 7.5 out of 10. So yeah, you're doing much better than average, much better than normal. Good, so hopefully getting some better results than the other boudoir photographers in your city. Now I do still consider, Boudoir ads that have more than 2 out of 10 of these mistakes to be breaking down Boudoir ads. So, they're getting worse and worse results over time because they're going down the downward ad spiral of despair. And we want to keep our unique CTR all above 6%, higher chance we go into the upward spiral of awesomeness, with our ads going to better and better prospects over the time, which means same ad spend, better results over time. Ad sustains and scale the business. And so anything over 2 out of 10, I consider breaking down Boudoir Facebook ad to more than 2 out of 10 mistakes. And, if we have a breaking down car keys breaking down, performing worse and worse over time, where do we take the car? We take it to a car mechanic. Similarly, if we have a breaking down Boudoir Facebook ad performing worse and worse over time, where do we take it? To a Boudoir Facebook ad mechanic. So if your ad do keep performing worse and worse over time, same ad spend, worse results over time, got to refresh your creatives a bunch. And you do want to, fix that, give much better ads, same ad spend, much better ads. Then we do have a Boudoir Facebook ad mechanic offer today, to get that fixed. We actually got 2 options. Here's option 1, is I do a per root cause problem fix. So I'll give you a quick diagnosis. I squished the 10 mistakes into actually 5 root cause problems. So does it look like an ad? Yes. Root cause problem 1. See more headline, we need 4 out of 4. You do not have 4 out of 4. You got 2 out of 4. Root cause problem 2. Body copy, we need 3 out of 3. You got 0.5 out of 3. So that's root cause problem 3. Below creative headline and button, root cause problem 4. Objective, we don't actually exactly know which one. So half a root cause problem there. So that's 4.5 out of 5 root cause problems, that are causing your ad to perform worse and worse over time, not sustain, not scale, and just, flounder and die over and over again over time. Now, $50 each root cause problem for this one ad. And yeah, you can take the fixes and go to your other ads as well. Now, if you want to fix all of them for this one ad, it'd be $225, or you could choose, just 1 or 2 that you want, and it'd just be $50 or $100, depending on how many you choose. Now, option 2 is actually kind of the best value option. It's I fix all the mistakes that we see in all the ads, if you want. And then we also create as many ads as you want. $100 a month, literally unlimited. We can get these things really rolling. And like I showed at the beginning, I know how to fix all these 10 mistakes and really get much better metrics and much higher probability of sustaining and scaling ads from these fixing the 10 mistakes, aka the 5 root cause problems. So, yeah, $100, and then we can $100 a month. Yeah, we can collab as much as you want. And so if you want either of these and you're ready to roll, hit me up. And when you hit me up, I'll ask you what you got for me, and then we'll go from there. All right, that's everything. Adios.